This is another episode of Anime. I'm Will and I'm going to be talking about Cowboy Bebop. Now, as far as classics go, I'd say Cowboy Bebop is one of the truly most inspirational classic animes out there. It's about a group of bounty hunters who go around in their spaceship known as the Bebop in our solar system, both fighting crime and perpetrating it after the destruction of Earth when a warp gate exploded. Now, the series has a very sort of dystopian and mafiaistic look at things, as it's all about criminal syndicates and bounty hunters and things like that, and it's very much about sort of the Wild West, as the characters are cowboys, as you can probably imagine, and sort of the way the world works. Of course, they're on the Outer Rim frontier worlds, sort of further away from Earth, whereas there are some of the more inner worlds where one of the characters, Jet Black, comes from, which are literally sort of the blues type worlds. Now, I think that Cowboy Bebop is a melding of the two, sort of the Wild West and the blues, as they both mix in to create a sort of epic infusion of incredible style, uniqueness. And I asked someone to describe Cowboy Bebop, and they said to me that you picture it like the sea, but instead of the fish, there is just jazz. And I think that's a very apt description, as it'll take you on a bit of a sort of emotional ride as you realise that it is this incredibly well-crafted world. It's also full of references to various films and things like that truly make it sort of the anime of its genre. Now, I know that while it was in its production stage, the company that were producing it wanted to make certain changes to make it sort of closer to a Japanese culture. But the director, he didn't want this to happen, and he very adamantly made sure that these changes that would make it more stereotypical didn't go ahead, keeping it more centred towards this sort of American style, with a mixture of sort of this Wild Western and Mafia centre that it had, whilst keeping very Western themes and music and things like that into it. And when it ended, the producers then went ahead to try and further this manipulation of the series in order to alter it after its production through merchandise and things like that, and turn it into this more Japanese oriented setting. But fans, after watching it, made sure they petitioned and made sure that it didn't change. Now, I'm really glad they did this, because if it had been different, there was no way the Cowboy Bebop would have been anywhere near as good and successful as it was. Even the movie, which I have to say is quite confusing, and I don't really know what happens in it ultimately, but it sort of set a genre of its own, and people have tried to copy this genre, but it was so fantastically crafted that there's never been anything quite on the same level of the same genre as it. And if you want to know sort of where truly fantastic anime began, I would definitely recommend Cowboy Bebop. It won't be beaten, not in our time at least. This has been Anime, Cowboy Bebop. Like, comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching.